Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Wendy and Andy Cohen because the TMZ cameras found Andy Cohen once again to ask him what his thoughts are on Wendy Asefo. It sounds like to me that perhaps maybe the ladies might have started filming again in the aftermath to discuss what has taken place since Wendy and her husband, Happy Eddie, have been arrested. And we're going to take it from here and let Andy Cohen explain it, and then we're going to react.
For Wendy, right? Have you spoken to any family? Have you spoken to her?
I haven't.
Now, are you going to record this and document all this that's going on, or are you giving her privacy during this time?
I think that she is doing her own thing. I love her, and I love her family, and I love Eddie, and I am hoping that they come out of this really well. I think she's been a really great role model, housewife, and she's always led with her education. Yes. And family values. And I was as surprised as anybody was when I woke up to the TMZ news on Friday about this. And, so, yeah.
How do you feel about people making fun? I mean, Ashley had a little joke, Ashley Darby, and then other bloggers are saying mean stuff.
The women can kind of say what they want. They're, But, I would remind people there's a family here and there's real people involved, so.
Honestly, I kind of feel like there's a conspiracy against the housewives. I hate to say that, but I feel like every time you, like people go on housewives, all of a sudden they have this going on, going to jail, taxes. Do you think that law enforcement kind of follows and watches to see how elaborate these women are living and saying, do they really?
Don't know. Everybody's watching the housewives, so,
So maybe even law enforcement.
I hope.
Yeah, well, Andy.
So first I want to address her comment or alleged conspiracy that the police, that the feds are just randomly watching Real Housewives shows on their free time and this and that. No. I think the only way they're watching is if you were already under investigation, you guys. Like Jen Shaw, like Apollo, like Teresa. Like, I feel like when you're already under investigation and now like the Asefos, yes, they're going to take into account all sources of income. They're going to, if they're doing an investigation, if they're hiring PIs and everything else, they're going to find out, oh, so-and-so is filming a reality show. Oh, so-and-so has a relationship with this person in the cast and mention something that might be vital information to the case. I don't think people are willy-nilly watching Real Housewives that work for the feds, that work for the police, or anything like that. I think, though, once you're under investigation, they're going to monitor all of your activity, whether it's on social media, whether you are on a TV show, whatever you got going on that is going to help build their case. Make it make sense. So then we have to speak on what Andy said. And I found it interesting when he was asked specifically if Wendy was a part of the filming, if this was going to be part of the show and all this and all that. And when Andy said in a response to as they're filming, are we catching the reaction? Are we catching, what is everything going on? He didn't deny that they were filming. He didn't deny that the cameras have started rolling again. No. But what he said was Wendy is, quote, doing her own thing. And that tells me that she decided that she's not going to be filming any further, right? At least until the next court date, at least until we find out November 7th, like what's about to go down, right? But none of the last, you guys. What does this mean? Is she going to refuse to film? Is her invite to the reunion going to be rescinded? Is she still going to be a part of BravoCon? Is she going to be a part of the next season? Like, how all of this is going to play out is what is going to be interesting here. Because there's some people like Ebony Williams, from formerly of Real Housewives of New York, who thinks that it's over and thinks that, Wendy and Eddie are both going to jail because of the number of counts, because of everything that's involved. Now, we obviously officially do not know. There's been no conviction as of yet. And we don't know ultimately what Wendy and Happy Eddie are going to plead as of yet, but it's not looking good from what has been presented to us, right? Also, Andy was asked about the ladies making fun, and he said, oh, well, she's got a family, everybody's got a family. Here's the thing, everybody that has been affiliated with Bravo, that has a mugshot, that's been to jail, that's been under investigation, that's been sued, they all got families. Everybody's got families, Andy. I'm just counting down until Andy switches up on Wendy. And I feel like it's either going to be if she pleads guilty, if her and Eddie plead guilty, or if, this goes to trial, everything else, and the judge issues out that sentence, then Andy Cohen is ultimately going to switch up. Just like he did with Jen Shaw. Now, what's different with Jen Shaw is they were still communicating. He said that he has not spoken to Wendy at all. And even when Karen Huger got out of jail, he's spoken with her already. No. That's a red flag too. That he's not spoken to Wendy since all this has gone down, which tells me she's either not talking to anybody or there's something, this is very interesting. It's an interesting development, you guys. Because normally some of the housewives will still stay in contact with Andy Cohen regardless to keep that relationship because they know obviously he has influence on who stays and who goes on the housewife shows. But if you haven't even talked to Andy Cohen at all, that's interesting. But we also know on the flip side, although this did not lead to any jail time or any lawsuits or anything like that, but Kenya was in contact initially with Andy Cohen when all the stuff went down with Britt Eady last season on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But ultimately, things went to HELL in a handbasket for Kenya and everything else. And, it just, she was gone from the show, no reunion appearance, zilch, nada is it, it's over, nothing for season 17, y'all. And so, it's just, for the life of me, I just don't understand what Wendy and Eddie are thinking. What was their thought process? What was their rationale? If you don't got it, can you downsize? If you have, and I don't know if they felt pressure that because they were on this show that they had to dress a certain way, that they had to look a certain way, that they had to be glammed up and everything else. Like all of it was unnecessary. All of it was completely unnecessary. And even the clip resurfaced about when Wendy got, her body done. And the invites that she sent out to Robin and Karen Huger, that clip had popped up today. No. But it's just a lot. Like the whole thing is a lot. An alleged burglary with no burglary occurring. with indoor and outdoor cameras and some furniture allegedly moving to make it look like something happened, but nothing went down because nobody entered, nobody came or gone. Nobody was even hired to look like a robbery happened. But none of the less, you guys, really the worst part of it for me is just the lies about everything. The lies about all of these items that allegedly were stolen that were either taken back before the alleged robbery occurred or are potentially appearing in current and future episodes of this season. And so it's like I'm so distracted with Wendy's scenes to where I'm like, is that stolen? Is that something that was on the list? Is that something that she was saying that the alleged Casper ghost burglar stole? And she's got it on her ring finger? Like I'm just confused, right? That's how it is watching all of this stuff now. So none of the less, y'all. And like we know, the wife swap episode that was supposed to air this week, that's pulled. We also know that, you know, her teaching position, she quote unquote resigned. But I'm here to tell y'all, if the students and the teaching assistant were in the dark, and the students as of the previous week were having the expectation to interact with their professor this week, it was not a resignation, y'all. It was, you resign because we have plans to terminate you, but to make it look better and for you to get your benefits, you can say that you resign. You guys, let me ask y'all this. Does anybody just ever resign that's a professor in the middle of a semester? I just want to see a show of virtual hands. Has anybody resigned in the middle of a semester of a course? No. Even if there was an emergency with a professor, either that professor would have canceled the class, or every once in a while, they could have the teaching assistant or somebody else fill it. Right? If it's just going to be like a temporary thing, like, hey, I'm not going to be at this class. I need you, teaching assistant, to run this class for me, right? Or if it's something to where, you know, that they just need to go ahead and cancel that class that day, that's what's going to happen. But never are you just completely gone for the rest of the semester and replaced unless they got rid of you, y'all. I don't understand why people are trying to twist this around. And it was like Wendy's people came out like, no, she resigned. She wasn't fired. Okay, a forced resignation then. Like, does that make it sound better? Like this is part of the problem, is the semantics of it all and the mind games of it all. Just say they did not want to be hit with anything that could tie back to any of the conspiring about this on their company time, on their watch, or seeing any of this play out. Some places have a morality, have an ethical cause, and that brings me to the final point with Andy Cohen. He keeps regurgitating, Wendy's a role model. Wendy leads with education. She leads with how she's brought up. Book smart doesn't equal street smart, y'all. And even if you came from a good upbringing, y'all, it doesn't mean that you are going to be an amazing person. People still, for whatever reason, even if you come up in a good upbringing, still find ways to get themselves involved in things that they know they shouldn't be getting involved in. But people have that mentality. They think they can get away with it. They think they could be doing all this foolishness. And that's just not how life works, y'all. So, nonetheless, that is it. That is all. Es todos, es final, es finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.